this is Dr. Do again. This video is outside of medicine. Continue the Iliad by Homer. I'm going to continue to read. Now Altamaranes yoked his sleek horses' feet. They boarded their cars and dropped Lot's helmet. Achilles shook it hard. Antilochus' lot leaped out, so he drew the inside track. Next in the draw came hardy Lord Eumelus, Atreus Menelaus, the famous spearman next, and the Meriones drew the fourth starting lane, and Tydides, Diomedes drew the fifth and last, the best of them all by far at driving battle teams. All pulled up abreast as Achilles pointed out the post, far off on the level plain, and stationed there beside it, an umpire, old Lord Phoenix, his father's aide in arms, to mark the field by the turn and make a true report. Ready, whips raised high at the signal altogether. Lashed their horses' backs and shouted, urging them on. They broke in a burst of speed. In no time swept the plain, leaving the ships behind, lifting under their chests. The dust clung to the teams like clouds of swirling gales, and their manes went streaming back in the gusty, tearing wind. The cars shot on, now jouncing along the earth that rears us all, now bounding clear in the air, but the drivers kept erect in the launching car, and the heart of each man raced, straining for victory. Each man yelled at his pair as they flew across the plain in a world of dust, but just out of the turn. Starting the home stretch back to sunlit sea, the horses longed. Each driver showed his form. The whole field went racing full tilt, and at once the fast mares of Eumelus surged far out in front, and after him came Diomedes' team, Troy's stallions, hardly a length behind now, closing at each stride, and at any moment it seemed they'd mount Eumelus' car. Their hot breath streaming his back and broad shoulders, their head hovering over him, breakneck on the floor. And now he'd have passed him or forced a dead heat if Apollo, all of a sudden raging at Diomedes, had not knocked the shining whip from his fist. Tear of rage come streaming down his cheeks as he watched the Eumelus mares pulling further ahead, and his team losing pace, no whip to lash them on. But Athena, missing nothing of Phoebus' foul play that robbed Diomedes, sped to the gallant captain, handed him back his whip, primed his team with power, and flying aft Admetus' son in full immortal fury, the goddess smashed his yoke. His mares bolted apart, careening off the track, and his pole plowed the ground. Eumelus hurled from the chariots, tumbling over the wheel. The skin was ripped from his elbow, mouth, and nostril. His forehead battered in, scraped raw at the brows, tear falling his eyes. His booming voice choked, but whirling round the wreck, Diomedes steered his racers, shooting far ahead of the rest, leaving them in the dust. As Athena fired his team and gave the man his glory. And after him came Atreus, red-haired Menelaus, next Antilochus, urging his father's horses, drive, the two of you, full strength, stretch the fast. I don't tell you to match the leader's speed. Skilled Diomedes' team, look, Athena herself just fire their pace and give their master glory, but catch Menelaus paid. Fast, do not get left behind, or Blaze will shower the two of you with disgrace. Blaze is a mare. Why falling back, my brave ones? I warn you both. So help me, it is the truth. No more grooming for you at Nestor's hands. The old driver will slaughter you on the spot with the sharp bronze blade if you slack off now, and will take a lesser prize. after them faster full gallop. I will find the way. I've got the skill to slip past him there where the track narrows. I will never miss my chance. Whipped with fear by their master's threats, they put on a fresh burst for a lance or two, but suddenly brave Antilochus saw the narrow place where the road washed out, a sharp dip in the land where massing winter rains broke off the edge, making it all one sunken rut. There, Atreus was hiding, no room for two abreast, but Antilochus swerved to pass him, lashing his horses off the track, then swerving into him neck and neck, and Atreus, frightened, yelled out at the man, Antilochus, you drive like a maniac. Hold your horses. The track's too narrow there. It widens soon for passing. Watch out. You'll crush your chariots, wreck us both. So he cried, but Antilochus drove on all the wilder, cracked his lash for more speed like a man stone deaf, as far as a full shoulder thrown, a whirling discus, hurled by a young contender testing out his strength. So far, they raced dead even, but then Menelaus' pairs dropped back as he yielded, cut the pace on purpose. He feared the massive teams would collide on the track, and the tight, strong cars capsize, and the men themselves go sprawling into the dust, striving wild for triumph. As his rival passed, the red-haired captain cursed him, Antilochus, no one alive more treacherous than you. Away with you, madman, damn you. How wrong we were when we said you had good sense. You'll never take the prize unless you take the oath. Turning back to his team, calling, shouting them on, don't hold back, don't stop now. God as you are, that team in the lead will sag in the land before you. Robbed of their prime, their racing days are done, and lashed with fear by their master's angry voice, they put on a surge, closing on them fast, and all the while the army stands in a broad circle, watched for horses, flying back on the plain in rising whirl of dust. The first to make them out was the Cretan captain, Idomeneus, sat perched on a rise outside the ring, a commanding lookout point, and hearing a driver shouting out in the distance, recognized the voice, could see a stallion too, far in the lead, unmistakable, a big chestnut-head beauty, all but the blaze he sported, stark white on his forehead, round as a full moon. He sprang to his feet, calling down to cohorts, friends, lords of the Argive, oh my captains, am I the only one who can spot their pair, or can you see them too? I'm going to stop here today and continue next time. Thank you for watching.